guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Kelsey. I am a first-time mom. I have a 2-month-old, and I wanted to film this little newborn must-haves video because when I was pregnant, I watched a ton of these videos, and I would be making lists and making Amazon orders and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, I wanted to do my own little take on it because it is just crazy how much stuff kind of works for one person but maybe doesn't work for another person. So take everything with a bit of a grain of salt, I would say. But I've got a pretty long list here because it's very insane that, you know, something this big needs so much stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and like go through this list quickly. I'll insert photos where I need to because some of the stuff, you know, is just kind of around our condo or in the room where she's sleeping right now. But yeah, so let's just do this. Let's jump into it. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is breastfeeding. I'll tell you guys, I was so nervous for breastfeeding because, you know, there's all this stuff. It's very complex, breastfeeding in general. Luckily for me, it's gone quite well. So I'm very lucky in that way. But I wanted to first talk about breast pump because I felt very intimidated by breast pumps in general. So I got the Medela Freestyle one. It has been great. So this is an electric pump, and it's very expensive. It was like $500 Canadian. I luckily have insurance and benefits that covered most of it. So if you have benefits and all that kind of stuff, or are in the market to spend that much money on a pump, I would recommend this one. It's been awesome. I pump, you know, once or twice a day, just depending. I will also say that I had way too much milk at first. I think that's very common, and now it's kind of leveled out. So I am finding I need to pump a little bit more to keep my milk supply up, and having an electric one is so convenient, and I would recommend this one. The thing that I really recommend with it is this bra. So this is actually what makes it hands-free. So it's like, it goes all the way around. It's just like a tube top kind of thing. And then you put the thingies through here, and then you can kind of live your life. So basically in the morning when she's still sleeping, I get this on. I come do my makeup or do something for 15 minutes and basically pump, and it just makes your life so much easier. I got this off Amazon. I got a size medium, which would be my typical size. And I'm gonna have everything linked below because that, in my opinion, should come with the actual pump. Because if you have to sit there with, you know, holding the suctions on, it's not fun. It's not a good time. The other thing that I want to mention is that prior to me getting the electric pump, for the first kind of week or so, I just had a manual pump. It's packed away somewhere. We're moving soon, so it's in a box somewhere. But I used that one at first, you guys, and it was awesome. Obviously, it's a little bit more time consuming because you have to, you know, physically pump it yourself, but it was like $40. So there's a big price difference there. And so I don't know if a lot of people don't end up pumping is what my doctor told me. Who knows if that's right or not. But yeah, the manual one was awesome too. So consider that one if you're like, I'm not spending $500 because that is reasonable. Okay, something that I feel like every single new mom needs or should look into is this Haaka. And this is called a Haaka. So I saw this on a lot of other people's lists when I was watching videos myself, but I was confused by it, I guess, so I didn't purchase one, and I didn't get it for until about a month ago, and you guys, I wish I got it sooner. So as I mentioned, I think a lot of people at first have too much milk supply because your body's just figuring out how much milk your baby needs. So it kind of like gives you a ton in case you have twins, or I don't know, you're trying to feed 22 babies, but anyways, the Haaka here, the whole idea behind it is if you're breastfeeding your baby on one side, you actually just suction this on the other side. And this was, again, super inexpensive just off Amazon. It was like $30 maybe. This catches all of the letdown. I think it's called letdown. It catches all of the extra milk from the other side. And it was actually amazing when I had too much milk. It would catch everything. And then that's what we would use at nighttime so my husband could feed her with breast milk in a bottle. And that has worked really well for us to give me a little bit of extra sleep. You know, I go to sleep at like 9 p.m. and I get to sleep all the way until like 2 or 3 in the morning because my husband will do like the 11 p.m. feeding. So this, you guys, is amazing. really recommend it because it's also just really frustrating too when you're breastfeeding and you're leaking everywhere out of the other side. I had no idea that was a thing. So yeah, get yourself a little Haaka, and then you have extra breast milk. You're making less of a mess. All in all, it's just a must-have. I'm spending way too long on each thing, guys. We gotta keep rolling. Another thing that I would highly recommend is a bottle warmer. We have one that is just so amazing. I'll link it down below and insert a photo. It is worth it 100%. How else do people warm up bottles? Like on the stove? Does that make me sound like a millennial that I really don't know that? But yeah, highly recommend getting a bottle warmer. I have a list right here. That's why I keep looking down. And also a bottle drying mat. That's where we end up keeping all of our bottles. It just is so easy. It's like a little grass looking thing. And I'll link that as well. It just really worth it to have everything clean there, because I'm not even doing bottle feeding. It's only my husband at nighttime. And I can't, it's crazy the amount of bottles I feel like I'm cleaning. And so if you're doing only bottle feeding, I can't even imagine how much cleaning that is, but this bottle mat helps to dry things and keeps things really easy. The formula that has been working for us is from Enfamil, and the reason I wanted to talk about it is that this is the Gentlease one, so it's supposed to be easier on their tummies, and we switched over to this one a few weeks into Bowie's life, and it made a big difference for her overall crankiness. And Bowie is not a very peaceful baby. She's getting better and better as she gets older, but there was lots of crying for a long time. But I do feel like the switch to this really helped. Luckily, I shouldn't even say luckily, we haven't needed to use formula that much. But I do like to have it on hand just in case. Sometimes she won't latch on. She's just really cranky. There's other times where she's driving me absolutely insane and I need my husband just to handle her. And so we always have formula. We haven't needed to use it a lot, as I've mentioned. But I just wanted to mention this in case you're in the market for some formula. I would keep an eye out for this one because I really do think it made a difference in her overall tolerance. Before you have your baby, sorry, I'm talking as if pregnant people are watching this because this is when I was watching these videos, but get some baby vitamin D drops. Apparently, I didn't know this, all babies need vitamin D. They can get every other vitamin, mineral from you, and in formula, they have everything that they need, including vitamin D, I think. But if you're breastfeeding, you need to give your baby vitamin D every single day. Obviously, check with your doctor. I'm not a doctor, if you didn't know, but make sure you check with your doctor. But yeah, just have these on hand in advance because your baby's gonna need them right away. I remember the pediatrician in the hospital was like 2 drops a day forever. I was like, okay, well then. Staying on kind of the medicine side of things, have some infant Tylenol on hand before you have your baby, because of course it's not until you need it that you need it. And we've only had to give her Tylenol once. She had her tongue tie thingy, that little flap of skin underneath your tongue. We had to have Bowie's released, snipped. Not a great experience. She was honestly fine. It was not nice for me. But this Tylenol came in handy. And yeah, again, obviously anything medical related, check with your doctor and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like just having it on hand, you're gonna have to use it at some point, in my opinion. So there's that. Okay, pacifiers. I want to talk about this. So the ones that Bowie loves are from Bibs. They look like this, and the whole idea behind them is when they're in their mouth, it kind of pushes away, it's not covering their mouth, I guess. These have been around forever. Apparently they're very well loved, around the world, I guess. But these are the ones that she absolutely loves. And it's funny, I had a friend before having her was like, oh, I've got this box of pacifiers, we should disinfect it and you can try them with Bowie before you buy a bunch because you'll have to see which one she takes. And I remember thinking, she will take whatever I give her. That is not how babies work. So for example, I have some of these. She does not like these, refuses them, pushes them out of her mouth. She has this one, which she really actually liked at first, and I love the idea behind it because it's a little bit more sanitary, but doesn't like it anymore. These are the ones they recommend in the hospital, and she actually liked these at first, but not anymore. So anyways, this is the only soother she'll take. I have 2 of them, and I have more on the way, because it's crazy how I feel like I'm constantly looking for a soother. Okay, I want to mention swaddles. So there are so many different swaddles out there on the market. The ones that have been working for us are from Copper Pearl. So basically, if you're unaware, a swaddle is basically just a blanket, and the intention behind it is that you swaddle them up, so that they're really like tight and cozy, and apparently it mimics being in the womb, which is why they like it so much. It's a weird feeling, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like restricting your child's movements. I really didn't like it at first, and I was very convinced Bowie didn't like being swaddled, but now she loves it. Like, will not sleep unless she is swaddled, basically. But these blankets from Copper Pearl, you guys, are phenomenal. So a lot of what you find out there is a muslin swaddle, and it's just the type of fabric. There's no stretch to this, and while these come in handy for lots of stuff, like these are all over our condo. I use them to throw over the stroller. I use them as like a burp cloth. I use them as just a blanket for her in the daytime. Everything, like these really do come in handy for me. And for my husband, the ones that really work for sleeping though and actually swaddling are the Copper Pearl ones, and it's because I think it's called a jersey fabric. They have some stretch to them, and you can get them really, really tight, and she can't bust out of them, because trying to swaddle with this, she's gonna bust out. I will link a tutorial of how we wrap her in this. It's super simple. It's basically just like you're making a little cocoon. But yeah, these are amazing. I really recommend them. There's so many different swaddles out there. There's ones with like Velcro, but I had some of those that my sister gave to us from her baby. But I just found for like nighttime changes, the Velcro was really loud and disruptive and that kind of thing. And I think a lot of people love those. I think they're called Swaddle Me. But yeah, the Copper Pearl blankets, just in my opinion, cannot be beat. We also tried, I was gonna get it out, but I'll just insert a photo, an arms up swaddle, which she didn't love. We tried a lot, and this is what works for us. Another thing that I would recommend is a wipes warmer. I don't know if you can see it. We have it just sitting right over there, that little pink thing with a light on. Obviously that's not like a must have, but I feel like it's just nice for them, you know? Gets less irritated while they're getting their bum changed, and it wasn't that expensive, so I would recommend that. A little play gym. Okay, here is the thing. I feel like when your baby's crying and upset, it is so easy to want to you want to try absolutely everything as far as little machines. Swings and the Mamaroo, the one that kind of looks like a, you know, my friend called it a Jetson type of thing because it looks like a little spaceship. But Bowie, literally, you guys, has not liked any of them so far. The main thing she's liked is laying flat on the ground with a wooden play gym above her. I'll insert a photo of it, and she loves it. And that, like, it's not anything to do with movement. She likes being flat on the ground, and it gives me 5 or 10 minutes if I need to get dressed or like grab something to eat or something like that. I can put her on the ground there, and she's really been enjoying it. So I would recommend that, and it's apparently really good for their development as well. And yeah, all the different machines and everything. I luckily got to borrow a lot from friends, rather than have to purchase and find out what she does and she doesn't like. But the one other one that she actually is into and getting more into is this little rocking chair. I think it's from Fisher Price. It vibrates, it kind of rocks, and she'll go in there for a while. I'll put her in there and rock her with my foot while we're eating dinner, just so I can have 5 minutes. I'll link that one as well, because that's the other one that has been working for us. And then I have on here, speaking of rocking chair, okay, this chair behind us, guys, this is a rocking chair. It is beautiful. I love it, but it is not the most practical. If you're looking for a rocking chair to actually rock and nurse your baby in, get one that is not cute. I'm serious. Get one that's big and comfy and squishy. I would get a different chair if I knew now, if I knew then what I knew now, kind of thing. I love this chair. I think it's great appearance wise, but when it comes to actually being practical, I would go a different route now. I would. For diaper changes, we have been loving this. Bowie has not had any diaper rash yet. This is Desitin maximum strength diaper rash cream. We just use a little bit every diaper change and it has been awesome. Sound machines. Oh my gosh, you guys, you need sound machines. It really helps them sleep. We have one that is in our room where she sleeps. It's like an owl. It's really great. It also has a light option, which was really great at first when I was learning how to breastfeed. It would just illuminate some some stars on the ceiling, but it wasn't very bright. So I would do that when I was breastfeeding her, and it really helped me to know figure out what I was doing, because I couldn't do it in the dark at first. And then, so that sound machine has been awesome. And then we also have a portable sound machine. So necessary, you guys. The one I have was like 15 bucks to put it on the car seat, on the stroller, all that kind of stuff. Really, really awesome. Speaking of car seat, this over cover, you guys, has been phenomenal. It just goes over the car seat, and especially right now with like COVID and all that kind of stuff, when we're in the hallways of our condo, I really want to make sure she's covered up. I love this brand. It's been washed a ton, super high quality. This thing has been sitting on my lap. This is a little head nest thing that we keep on her change table. You really need to worry about your baby's head shape and making sure they're looking different ways and stuff, which I didn't really know about, but this helps to just keep their head from being always just, you know, on a flat surface. And she also just really likes this. Like, she loves being on her change table, and I swear it's because she likes this little head thing. So I would recommend this. This is by the brand Love Nest. We're going to talk about a little bit of bath stuff now. I would highly recommend getting a bath seat. I've actually just been going in the bath with her so far, but I put the seat in there and it just helps to keep her balanced. Highly worth it. She loves being in the bath. And I think this little seat thing really helps. I would recommend Lipikar products as far as for like hygiene. This is a body wash that can be used from head to toe. It's super gentle. It doesn't sting if it gets in their eyes. It says right on there, even for newborns. And then for afterwards, this is some lotion, and I just apply a little bit all over, and it just helps to keep eczema at bay, dryness, everything, and it just is safe for babies, and I highly recommend it. I also would recommend, actually within the same range, La Roche-Posay Cicaplast. Bowie will breathe through her mouth a lot and her lips get so dry, and so I apply a little bit of lip balm to her lips and she loves it. And then as far as more like hygiene stuff, this nasal aspirator thing, it helps to suck out the snot out of their nose, but it's not as gross as the ones you have to use your mouth with, so I would recommend it. This is a baby nasal spray to just help keep their sinuses clear. And then this is amazing. It's a little oogie boogie. It's just like a booger picker, and honestly, you guys, this comes in so handy. Like, truly get this. It's really, really good. I would also recommend, along the same line, getting a humidifier. I don't love the one that we have, honestly, because it has a bright blue light when you turn it on. Like, the on symbol just illuminates the whole room, so I have a sticker over it. But a humidifier makes such a big difference for them keeping their nasal area clear and all that. So I'll actually link the one I have so you can maybe know to not get that one. But if a blue light doesn't bother you, it works really well. It keeps everything nice and the room nice and humid all night long. I would also recommend a play mat. We have one that's just in our living room. I'll link it because you spend a lot of time on the floor for tummy time and all that, so it's definitely worth the investment. I'm gonna link what we have for a stroller down below too, because it came with a bassinet attachment, and that's what we have her sleeping in our room, and it was totally worth the investment. I love our stroller. It's been awesome. I was really confused what route to go to have for what she should sleep in at nighttime, and the bassinet attachment on our stroller has been wonderful. And you have to buy a separate stand for it, but I'll link all of that. It's the UppaBaby one, and it's been really, really great. Our diaper pail is right there. It's by Booby, I think, or something. There's been no smells. It's really great. It's really high quality. So again, would recommend that one. And then the last thing that I have here is this boppy carrier. You guys, you need this. Carrying the baby when they're a newborn, it is how I have continued to get stuff done throughout the day, just strapping her on. This is one that has straps at the bottom here around your hips. It's not one of just like the wrap ones. I'm not good at those. Those look so beautiful and cute, but they require a skill, truly. So this carrier has just been really, really easy, and Brooks will use it as well. And it really wasn't that expensive, so I'm gonna link that. So that's it, you guys. That's everything that I have for like my newborn must-haves essentials. If I think of anything else, I'll link it down below. If you guys have any essentials, let's start a conversation. Let me know what I missed so other mamas out there and parents can read. If you are pregnant and you are due anytime soon, I wish you all the best. I know everything will go great for you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. It really helps me out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.